Thanks for joining us on the Nerd Buffet podcast, where I am starving for one. I don't know about you, but I'm hungry.
I'm not hungry. I'm drunk.
Well, one thing usually leads to the other.
Yeah. On a related note, this week's episode is brought to you by the Kraken, which I've never had before.
Yeah, Kraken rum. It's good.
This was full when we started talking about what we were going to talk about tonight. And so, yeah, it's good. Templeton Rye also is good. Mm-hmm. So, also
good.
Brought to you by Templeton Rye. Not monetarily.
Never monetarily.
But yeah, we'll never get money doing this. But we are.
If they'd like to send us free liquor, we'll accept.
Yes. If nothing else, pay us in liquor. That's fine. It'll be used. This week, I don't know how long this is going to run because, like we said, it's been brought to you by Kraken. We could run incredibly long, could be incredibly short. Just like a lot of times with the ladies, it could run incredibly long or short depending on how much Kraken you had. This week, what we decided we wanted to talk about, though, is we wanted to do at least a top 10 of the best movies that have come out during the summer.
Yeah, we decided that the summer for us is going to be the beginning of May to the end of August.
Yep. So we'll also do end of the year, like during Christmas time, probably.
Yeah.
After we see what's going to be spectacular Star Wars movie. That's going to be technically probably the last movie I see this year. After we see Star Wars, of course, we'll throw a review your way, and then we'll do entire year best, and then we'll also do a video of the worst. Maybe we'll put them together in the same podcast. We'll see.
Yeah, Star Wars and Doctor Strange.
Yes. Haven't seen it yet, but Star Wars is going to be the best movie this year. Spoiler alert. So, I mean, without further ado, let's start it off. We're going to start at number 10. What do we got for number 10, Tom?
10, we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2.
Yeah, Out of the Shadows. Yeah. I'm surprised you remembered it, and I remembered it at the same time, because I wrote Turtles 2 down, and I was like, Secret of Ooze.
Secret of the Ooze, yeah.
Something about Turtles 2 just makes it my favorite all the time. This movie was night and day different and better than the first one. I can't remember if we were doing podcasts when this came out.
No, way better than the first movie. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we did a review on it or not.
I don't think so. I think it was before we started doing it. I think this is one of them that I was like, let's start doing podcasts to tell people about Turtles.
And then we never did.
No. Now we are.
Yeah, I don't have very many gripes about it. I didn't really like Krang in the movie.
We did talk about it in the very first podcast, now I think about it. We didn't like Krang because he wasn't in it very long, and he didn't talk like Turtle. He didn't talk like that. But Bebop and Rocksteady.
Yeah, Bebop and Rocksteady were great in the movie.
Yeah. Shredder wasn't in it enough, but hopefully, since he looks and feels more like real Shredder now, hopefully he's in it a little bit more in the next movie. And hopefully the next movie does get made, because I think this one actually did make money.
Mm-hmm. I think so too.
So I think we're good, and I think if they can make as much of an improvement as they did from the first Michael Bay Turtles movie to this one, if they can make that step to the third one, we'll have a pretty excellent movie on our hands.
Hopefully they'll make the step from Secret of the Ooze to Turtles in Time or whatever it's called.
And it looks like maybe we could do some traveling in the next one. I wouldn't be sad about that. The rhinoceros people, but the Triceratons.
Yeah.
Can you see Triceratons being in the next one almost?
Yeah, maybe. It'd be a stretch. There'd be a lot of CGI in that one.
Who do you bring in for the bad guy if you don't bring in Triceratons?
I don't know. Who you bring in?
I don't know either. Baxter Stockman.
Good.
Because he was in the first one, or he was in the last one. Number 9, we have X-Men Apocalypse. It was really hard ranking this one because we wanted to put it in our top 10 because this movie gets crapped on a lot, and I don't think it's rightfully so.
No, it's one of my favorites of the new series, of the First Class trilogy, I'm going to say. I didn't like
all the First Class for our Japan friends, Japan people. all of the First Class movies were good,
Mm-hmm.
technically. I mean, think about it. It's you saying it's one of the better of the First Class. What are you saying? Because First Class was fantastic.
Yeah.
And Days of Future Past is absolutely the best. Sorry, gonna drop a mine on you here, but Days of Future Past is like, if not the one of the best superhero movies ever made.
It's just, I think X-Men Apocalypse is just as good as First Class, and
Where do you rank? Let's kind
I
of a
don't think I
subcategory.
can.
Where do you rank those three? Which one's the favorite one? For
I
you?
don't think I can.
I remember when we walked out of the theater, you said that First Class was your favorite.
Yeah, I stick by that. Probably in the order they come out, it's probably my favorite.
I'll disagree. I'm going to say Days of Future Past, First Class, and then Apocalypse.
And that's
not taking anything
yeah.
away from Apocalypse.
Like I said, I think Apocalypse is just as good as the other two.
Okay. Anything really stick out to you, like right now? First scene that pops to your head from the movie.
That's the last fight with Apocalypse, is
Yeah.
awesome with, not Jubilee. Jean Grey, Psylocke, too. Olivia Munn did a good job. Psylocke. Didn't talk a lot, which is good.
No, yeah, that's fine. I'll probably say, no matter, I've only seen the movie once in the theater, but when I buy it, when it comes out on Blu-ray, probably the scene that's going to stick with me is the very end in the danger room. Always.
Oh, yeah, the danger room at the end.
That's really cool, the way that ended. And I know I've said it before in this podcast that danger room scene is always going to stick with me. Number 8.
Number 8, we have War Dogs. One of the more recent ones we saw. I really liked War Dogs. Kind of a surprise, like we said in the podcast when we reviewed it. I really didn't know nothing about it going into it. And I saw the trailer and I was like, oh, I need to see this movie. And we went and saw it and I wasn't disappointed, so.
Yeah, we recently talked about it, I think like 2 or 3 episodes ago, talked about it. Biggest surprise in the movie was Jonah Hill, by far. Usually he can kind of get annoying sometimes and kind of play the same role, but this role actually worked for him in a dramedy type of movie.
Yeah, he really didn't play the same type of character he normally does. I mean, he did, but it was different. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Do we want to talk more about that? Not much more.
They can check it
Yeah,
out
just
then.
a couple episodes ago. Speaking of a couple episodes ago, last episode we talked about number 7.
Don't breathe. I can't handle it. I tried not to.
I held my breath a little longer than you did. Oh, I don't know if we have anything more to say about this because the last time we talked, we were talking about this movie. Definitely, did we talk about the ending? I think that was
No.
the guy. Spoilers now because it now has been a week, so you've had time to watch it. So spoilers 1, 2, 3. The dude lives at the end of the movie.
Yeah, he's alive.
Like,
still.
that's scary. The one thing I would have changed about the movie, now that we're talking about spoilers, when he had the turkey baster,
Yeah.
that would have happened.
Yeah.
Because if you have that happen, and then the exact same rest of the movie, how much creepier is that, the end of that movie?
Yeah, because she could be or could not be pregnant.
Right.
With.
It's,
Yeah.
I know that makes me sound terrible, but, like, wouldn't that make the movie creepier at least? Oh, also, something I thought of after we recorded the podcast last time. Why did they have to put that opening scene in the movie?
Oh.
Did I say that in the podcast?
Where they're robbing the other place?
No. That's perfect because it kind of sets up
Mm-hmm.
how it works out. But him dragging her at the beginning.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what the deal
Why
was.
would you show that? Because like that puts in our heads like, oh, the dudes must be dead, which they're dead. They were dead in that point of the movie, technically. Spoiler alert! Like I said, you've now been spoiled on the movie.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that. I think they just wanted to set it up to where it's scary. I don't know.
I'm glad that wasn't technically the end of the movie, though. Like there's a scene that happens after that that kind of like wraps everything up. But why did they have to do that? I hate when they do that in movies. Looking back, like it's okay to foreshadow if it sets something up or it makes you think about it. But when it answers the questions too, I don't like it.
That wasn't even a foreshadow. That was just like not like a spoiler almost. Like,
Yeah.
here's this.
Like For instance, when a scene that happens later in the movie works for me, I'll throw this out there. Completely different type of movie, but Inception. The movie starts out with Cobb washing onto the ocean, like from the, and he's there with the old Asian man, and like drinking his or eating his soup or whatever, and the guy's like explaining to him and spins his top. That's the same scene you see in the last 5 minutes of the movie, but it works there. We don't need this here. Convoluted explanation of the problem, but again, episode brought to you by Kraken. Number six. I still know math. Number 6.
That's you.
Oh yeah, man! You didn't get to see it yet.
No.
I insisted that this movie go on as number 6. The Conjuring Part 2. As I mentioned, because I saw this before the podcast actually started, The Conjuring 2 awakened something in me saying, hey, horror is not dead for Jake Bates.
Horrors aren't dead?
Horrors. I've got a few in my trunk and a few at my house chained up.
Okay, so some are dead.
Some are dead. Most of the ones at the house and some in the trunk.
Oh, okay. Horror.
Horror. Horror. Horror, not horror, not W horror. H horror. Horror is not completely dead because this movie actually creeped me out in a way. The first 2 nights after I saw it, I will admit, and please do not make fun of if you watch the videos, but you watch the movie first, and then if you're not afraid and you're not affected by it, then I'll give you my permission to make fun of me.
Would you have to sleep with nightlight on?
No, the first 2 nights, like, I had, because, like, it's pitch black. I keep it, like, dark in my house all the time when I come in, because it keeps it cooler, you know. So, like, if I'd come in at night and nobody was there, like, I'd turn my light on my phone and, like, look around and turn the lights on and, like, look, and my cats are, like, scary sometimes, because you know how if you have animals,
they kind of sneak around.
They'll be like,
looking at things that aren't there.
what are you looking at? I can't see in the dark like you, you know? The Conjuring was really a creepy movie. I wasn't so afraid, spoiler alert, 1, 2, 3, actually not really spoilers, but I wasn't too afraid of the Crooked Man, which is scary, just me saying the Crooked Man. Isn't that scary?
That's kind of scary, yeah.
Just hearing the Crooked Man. The Crooked Man didn't scare me, but the nun scared the hell out of me. I didn't like the nun at all.
Nuns are scary.
Nuns are scary, like, not demon nuns.
Yeah, but just regular nuns.
But demon nuns are more scary.
And I didn't even go to Catholic school.
Would you watch The Conjuring when it came out on Blu-ray?
I haven't seen the first one, so...
You don't have to.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it'd be better if you did, because it's like they go to the Amityville house, I think, is basically the story of the first one. The second one, the story is the people that, like, investigated the Amityville house go to this other house in, like, Britain or something, and try to help them, and it's scary. There's 2 different things that are after him through the movie. 2 different haunts or spooks or whatever you want to call them. That's racist.
At number 5, we have Captain America: Civil War. The only Marvel movie to come out this year, right?
Yeah, great movie.
Oh, you didn't like it very much?
Great movie for our top 10. Just brings the prestige of our top 10 down. No, everyone's going to just crucify me here for saying this, because everyone's just like, oh, Marvel, thank God, Marvel. I like Marvel movies, don't get me wrong, but I don't think that this deserved as much praise as it got, especially when you compare it to the next movie that's on the list. We'll get to that, but let's talk about what's good in this movie.
I disagree. I really liked the whole... I wish that they had a little bit more to tie in with the comics, but like I've said before...
Do you think this movie's a 90%?
Yeah.
Jesus criminy. Okay.
Jesus criminy. Yeah, it was really good. I really liked the the big superhero brawl, towards the middle of the movie.
That was fantastic. I'm not saying the first time I watched the movie, I was disappointed. The second time I watched it, I was a little more optimistic about it. So don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong saying this was a bad movie. I guess I was disappointed because I made the mistake of looking on Rotten Tomatoes before the movie came out.
Oh, you made that Jake Bates mistake of going in with high
And
expectations.
saying, oh my God, this movie got a 90. So, like, other movies that have 90s are fantastic movies. not just like, ooh, blockbuster. Like, they're different, and they should be held to a different standard. I don't know. There's a lot that works. Let's talk about what works, because I don't think that we've talked about this movie on the podcast too extensively.
I liked Spider-Man. That was a great part
Fantastic.
of the movie.
He was the best part of the movie, in my opinion.
The whole chemistry with Captain America and Winter Soldier really works. You could tell that Captain America, that Steve Rogers is really torn between his allegiance to Tony and his allegiance to his best friend forever.
I believed that part of the Civil War is that I believed because there's two big like internal struggles in the movie. Tony's internal struggle with why he wants to fight Cap, I guess, if you want to put it that way, and Cap's internal struggle of why he would want to fight Tony, or should we spoiler alert 1, 2, 3. I absolutely did not believe Tony's thing with the Cap. I didn't ever think... I thought that they should have done something else to make it look like Tony wants to kill Cap. Does that make sense?
No, they don't want to kill each other at all. They're just on the different sides.
At the end of the movie, they really seemed like they were ready to kill each other, though.
Yeah, I mean, emotions get heated, but they don't want to kill
But I
each
didn't
other.
believe the fact that Tony would be like, I'm going to kill Captain America now. Or Captain America be like... I guess Cap never really got there. Of like, because he was always just trying to incapacitate Tony.
Yeah.
But Tony was trying to kill Cap at certain points. Because he has lethal shots on... I mean, he shoots Cap in the right spot, he's dead.
Yeah, neither one of them want to murder each other. I never got that from any of the things I saw. They were friends. They don't want to kill each other. They want them to see the other side.
I guess and I don't know if anybody else in the internet said this. I'm sure other people would agree with me, but most disagree. But I guess with somebody as intellectual as Tony, who's in these movies not on the sauce as much as he is in the comic books, supposedly, I guess I thought he would have either kind of thought this through and figured it out before the whole thing that makes him freak out at the end of the movie with Winter Soldier being the one who killed his parents. Or I would have thought that, like, when that happened, he wouldn't just be like, I'm going to kill everyone now, It just... Tony would have been like, all right, let's be reasonable about this now. And let's...
No.
No.
You find out someone murdered your parents, you're going to be mad about it. Like,
yeah.
If you thought one thing was the way it was forever and you were lied to.
I don't know. I think that he would figure out that, he was under, like, a mind control thing with the whole, like, submarine, F, 47, 3, like...
Homecoming
Yes.
was one for sure.
Homecoming was a very
The
big
things
one.
you said wasn't.
Right. Man, there was a lot that did work out for me. Ant-Man was awesome in the movie. Mm-hmm. He right when it was getting too serious, he was like, "Hi, I'm Steve," and kind of brought it back down to a level that I was able to deal with. Speaking of which, I hope there's more Ant-Man stuff. I love that. He was great in the movie. Seeing Giant Man was really cool. I wish that wouldn't have been spoiled for me before.
It was.
I listened to too many podcasts, and one of the podcasts is like, "Hey, there's a toy of Giant Man."
Yeah. If you knew anything about, PIM particles, you would have known that was coming anyway.
Yeah.
But anyway, we digress too much about that. Move on to number 4.
What I was saying is, I can't believe that in this world, And what I said before, because Batman vs Superman is not a summer movie because it came out I think March, technically, so I'm not counting that as a summer movie. I can't believe the world that we live in gives Captain America: Civil War a 90 or more percent on Rotten Tomatoes, but Suicide Squad sits at like less than 30 right now.
Yeah.
I don't understand, and I was saying the same thing about Batman vs Superman. I don't understand how Captain America can be 90 or more, and then that movie can just be crapped on.
I don't hold Rotten Tomatoes to the same esteem you do.
Well,
it seems like
it's supposed to be the most credible source on the internet for movies and reviews.
supposed to be.
Supposed to be. And it really let me down in this aspect, and when it comes to Suicide Squad, it really let me down. I guess I don't understand how Suicide Squad was such a terrible movie this year, supposedly.
They crapped on Batman vs Superman too. Mm-hmm. So I don't, like I said, I don't ever read reviews until after I see the movie.
I don't know. Suicide Squad had so many great things about it, just like Batman vs Superman. I get it. Not everyone loved it.
A lot of politics going on in Batman vs Superman.
Right. Not so much a movie that I'd bring kids to. They'd be bored. Mm-hmm. My nephew, who's 4 years old, going on to 5 soon, I probably wouldn't show him any of the movie until the part where Superman is on the rooftop with what's his name? Blah. The bad guy. I can't think of
Lex.
anything. Lex, yeah, with Lex. This episode brought to you by Kraken. Like that's when the movie really starts picking up as far as action goes, because there's not a lot going on before then. But I still think it's a good movie. I don't understand. I can keep saying that over and over again until I'm blue in the face. But nevertheless, I've put Suicide Squad as my number 4. Would you agree that it goes above Captain America: Civil War?
It's kind of a real big toss-up for me. I had more fun watching Suicide Squad
Yeah.
than I did Captain America, but I like the characters in Captain America more
Okay.
because I know them better. You know, I'm a big Marvel guy. Opposed to DC. I know the Suicide Squad better than some of the DC characters because most of them were Batman villains. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of a toss-up for me, but I think I had a 4.
Captain America: Civil War gave us a lot of characters that we've seen a lot of. Mm-hmm. So, to be fair, you have your opinion made out on these people, whether you like them or not. I like most of the characters, if not all. I even like Hawkeye. I'm willing to admit I like Hawkeye even. He does have a place, as much as people will say that he doesn't have a place in those movies. He does. Jeremy Renner, as much as you want to bring him down, I think he's a good actor. Suicide Squad, the difference here is Suicide Squad, it gave me characters that I didn't give a crap about, or that I did care about in saying, or I did know in saying, hey, I don't care about this character and I never will. Mm-hmm. And it made me care about every one of those characters more than I thought I ever could. So I guess maybe to some level that's the deciding factor on me saying this movie is definitely better than Captain America. Again, I'm not trying to crap on Captain America too much because it does deserve at least top 5 of best summer movies. And it is something. Is it out on Blu-ray yet, or is it?
Yeah, I think it might be out now.
Well, I need to buy it then. So it is worth buying on Blu-ray. So I'm sorry if you really love Captain America and if your feelings are hurt now. Usually I'd say I don't care, but I'm sorry. I do apologize. What do we have for number 3, Tom?
Number 3, we have Finding Dory.
Oh, that's another one you haven't seen.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to see Finding Dory.
I again insisted that Finding Dory went to number 3. You liked Finding Nemo, didn't you?
Yeah, when I finally saw it earlier this year, I liked it.
Something
I did say it wasn't, like, I kind of fell into, like you do, I was like, it was so hyped. You told me how great it was. Tanya told me how great it was. And I saw it, and I'm like, it's good. But it's not Toy Story. It's not Incredibles.
I'm scared for you to watch Kubo now because of how much I hyped it and saying it was a 5 out of 5. Like, I think it'll hold up if you just go in expecting a good, like, movie. That
You're the only person I've heard talk about Kubo, so
I'm the only person in the world that's seen Kubo. I think is the problem. But Finding Dory, man, I think that this is one of the rare situations where the sequel's better than the first movie.
Oh, yeah?
Not everyone's going to agree. Once again, most of the time, in this top 10, there's going to be very few people that agree with my opinions wholly. The bringing in Al Bundy in this movie to play Hank, genius. He's awesome. He's a octopus, and in every scene, it makes the surroundings in the movie look beautiful because throughout every time he's in a scene, he's like trying to sneak past humans, and he'll stick up, and he'll become part of the background or the scene.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's got like Solid Snake octo camo things,
Yeah.
and then or like a human will be coming, and he's like right next to a plant, so he'll rip off the leaves and stand up, and he becomes the tree or something.
Yeah.
Like it's really cool. Not only visually, but he's a really good character in the movie. And I think I said it in the podcast before when we talked about this. But I would do, if you want to do Finding Nemo 3, I would almost suggest, hey, let's have a Hank like spinoff first, and just go with that. I think it could work. Because, I mean, we live in a world where we had Minions, or not Minions 1 and 2. We had Despicable Me 1 and 2, and then we had the Minions movie. So let's try I want to say his name was Hank in the movie. But let's try a movie with just the octopus in it, and see where that goes. Kind of like a prequel or something. But you would have me in the theater at least once, and my girlfriend. So that's what, like $16, 3D, like $10 times 2, $20. Plus
so if it costs
fees.
more than $20, don't make it. But
No. You listen here, young man. You need to make that movie happen. What do we have for number 2?
number 2 is my favorite movie this summer because I haven't seen our number 1, but
Yeah.
Star Trek Into Darkness.
And this is something that we absolutely agreed on. Needed to go.
Not Into Darkness, Beyond. Sorry.
Yeah, because that movie's crap. The only thing I remember for that movie, because I think that day we watched that movie, was also sponsored by Kraken.
It wasn't sponsored by Kraken, but
It was sponsored by something.
sponsored by probably Jack and
Right.
Jesus.
Jack and Jesus. But the only thing I remember from that movie is Khan, which is like something I'm like, that already happened in Star Trek, didn't it? And I don't even know Star Trek very well.
But Star Trek Beyond was excellent. Just as good as the first one.
Big
I think
things
you liked
happening in a small place
Yeah.
was what was great about it for me.
I think you liked it better than the first one, didn't you say?
Yeah, it was my favorite of the 3.
I'm really torn because I love Origins.
And a lot of people are actually saying what I'm saying on that.
Yeah.
Best of the 3.
Like I said, I'm really torn about that because I love Origin movies, but this one was... You could get right into the action because you didn't have to explain things, you know.
It was because it was such a character-driven movie, and it wasn't like, I think I might have referenced this before, it wasn't like, here, we're going to go here, and we're going to go here, and here, and here, and then here's this huge convoluted plot. It was just, here's a really simple plot, and we're stuck here because the ship's crashed, and we need to get out and beat the bad guy. That was the premise of the movie. So now, kind of like we said with Stranger Things, instead of we're going to stick the whole movie with Kirk and then we're going to do 10 minutes here and there of these characters, it was shot like in a way like Stranger Things was, where it's like, let's go back and forth through the characters and make sure that we're always in real time with them, and we tell each story organically, and they all meet up in the end.
It was very, very much an ensemble movie. It wasn't just about one character, it was about the Enterprise crew.
Right. I think this movie did well in the box office too. I at least hope that everyone does know that this movie is worth seeing, worth buying on Blu-ray when it comes out. I know that's going to be a little while away, but definitely Christmas gift for somebody to get.
It was really good. If you haven't seen it, buy it and watch it if you liked the other ones. If you like the first one, especially if you like the second one, you'll love this one.
For sure. Before we go to number one, I think we have some other things to talk about as far as summer movies.
We have some honorable mentions, and then
some dishonorable mentions.
the Sakapu, like
the go murder yourself if you were any part of this movie mentions. So, honorable mentions. We actually had it as our number 10 before we figured out that Turtles 2 was actually a summer movie, because for some reason I was thinking that was this spring. But we had Secret Life of Pets sitting there for a minute. I honestly don't remember, like, it didn't come out too long ago.
No.
But I don't remember every aspect of what happened in this movie besides, like, the part in the sewer with the pets. And here and there with, like, Dana Carvey's character. And then I remember the end, like, just wanting to go home and hug Moxley and be like, you are my son.
Yep, that's basically all you have to remember about that one. Not as good as Zootopia, but definitely.
Man, I just want to talk about Zootopia when you say pet movie, like animated movie. Zootopia, let's go see that movie.
It's out on DVD now. So.
Yes, it is. And again, another one that I need to pick up because I said I was going to pick it up. A second honorable mention, and this one's going to be something that people are like, oh, no, you can't like this because we're going to dislike your video now because you said that you like this movie.
At least they watch the video if they're going to dislike it. So.
Yeah, dislike all our videos. That's fine. No, don't do that. Actually, I take that back. Don't do that. Ghostbusters. We both walked out. You turned to me when the title or the credits were going. And you said to me, that was a really fun movie.
Yeah, I had fun watching it. I don't know what people got up their butts about it, like why they hate it. I think they're all sexist.
I think that this one is definitely probably not going to get a sequel, though, because I know it didn't make the money that it needed to make.
I think they canceled the sequel. I think.
Oh, did they?
I think they had
quietly. Those are our honorable mentions of the year. Let us know if we missed anything there. Of course, we haven't talked about our favorite movie. Least favorite movies we saw this year. Did you see either of these two?
No, thank God.
Me? Thank God you didn't see them, my friend. Because I don't think... like, my heart barely could take them. Your heart wouldn't have been able to take them either. So, one of us, if we would have seen them collectively... And like talked about them more than I've just had to keep them storm in my head, one of us would be dead. Because I had to sit through Zoolander this year. I don't even know when Zoolander came out. It might not have been a summer movie, but it just sticks with me as the worst movie I've seen this year. Zoolander 2, absolutely awful. Please do not go see it. I thought that some of the stuff in the first movie was funny. The freak gasoline fight accident, it's hilarious.
I didn't like the first one that much, so I wasn't anticipating to see the second one.
If you didn't like the first one, you absolutely would hate the second one because it was just dog shit compared to the first one, to be quite frank.
Speaking of dog shit.
Speaking of which, I did give my full spoiler review of Independence Day and kind of told you the whole plot of that. So you already... Did you throw up after I told you what happened in the movie?
I came across, when I was cleaning up the Nerd Buffet headquarters here, I came across your notes.
Yeah.
And I read them again, and I was just like...
you spit up a little bit. Threw up.
Reading your summary of it, I was like, this looks bad.
I think, and something else was good that we were going to talk about. Unfortunately, because we had the May 1st cutoff for this, I think Jungle Book came out like in April or something.
Yeah, it's like April,
so
middle of April.
I really was like fighting to put Jungle Book onto this list, but
we have rules for
and that's
reason.
not. I'm not saying that on the bad list. I'm saying on the good list. Jungle Book was fantastic. That actually is out now on digital, and I think it comes out anytime now on like physical Blu-ray copy. Which brings us to our number one. Tommy, I know last week when we got together, I told you that you needed to see this. You didn't see it, did you?
Haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, and I saw it twice.
Yeah.
How many times did I ask you to go see this with me this week?
A few times, but money issues.
Oh, okay. I was so excited to see this the second time that as I mentioned on our wrestling podcast, I didn't care about the last 30 minutes of SmackDown this week because I wanted to see what the difference was in 2D and 3D in this movie, which admittedly there really wasn't a big difference. Some movies nowadays do have a huge difference. This wasn't one of them. You don't have to see it in 3D. But what you do need to do is spend some freaking money on this movie. Because nobody's spending any freaking money on this movie.
Is it still doing bad in the box office?
It's still doing horrible in the box office. I don't think by the time it's done internationally that it's even going to make half of what it spent.
If we have time this weekend, and we're going to the steampunk thing, if there's some downtime and there's a theater around,
I'll go a third time.
Go watch it.
I will go a third time. Please let me know. I'm so sad and disheartened that nobody's gone and seen Kubo and the Two Strings. I will admit, at the end of the movie, I didn't cry in the movie. But at the end of the movie...
Waited until he got home and in the shower is when he cried.
Right, just cried my heart out. Waited for my girlfriend to fall asleep so she didn't think I was less of a man. But at the end of the movie, I'm not going to spoil it for you because I really don't want to spoil it. But Kubo says something about why he'll never side with the bad guy. That will either...
Just as a punch in the gut.
It'll either completely graze by you and you won't care at all, or it'll hit you right in the heart of like, wow, what am I missing out on? You know? Well, actually, you don't know because you haven't seen the movie. But... There are so many really cool things in this movie. Like I said last week, I felt like I was watching Aladdin the first time. The same feeling that I had that I forgot all about for like 20 years the first time I watched Aladdin. I don't know if it was 20 years ago, but you get what I'm saying.
Is there musical numbers in
The
Kubo?
music is fantastic in Kubo.
Do they sing like in Aladdin though?
No. There's no it's not a musical, but as he plays the guitar to like learn new abilities, there's a lot of really good music in the movie, and it feels culturally, it feels to that culture, and it's really cool. It's getting a little bit of backlash, speaking of culture, because it kind of whitewashed the movie with the cast. Screw you. It was a good movie. Look past that crap. My eyes in this, and I don't mean to get too political or whatever you want to call this.
It's an animated movie.
It's an animated movie. It's just the voices were white people doing the voices is what people are complaining about. My eyes...
It's not like Mickey Rourke in Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Right. But I'm saying, like, if we want to get forward in this world, because we keep trying to say, like, we'll just completely random, Colin Kaepernick right now. Mm-hmm. Black Lives Matter and all these groups trying to like vilify white people and vilify people, you know, of other races. Why can't we just look at each other as people and stop looking at each other through color?
Yep.
We're in America.
I've
We're
been saying
Americans.
that for a long time. I absolutely hate the term African American. I mean, why can't you just be American?
I know.
You know, why do you have to differentiate? That reminds me a lot of when Thor first came out and Heimdall was casted by Idris Elba.
Okay.
And there's white people who are mad that a Norse god was being played by a black man. You know, who cares?
Who cares? It's a good actor playing it. That's
Yeah.
what I care about.
Yeah.
Somebody who convinces me this guy's blind, but he sees everything.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I mean? Like, I think that's kind of what he did, but...
He sees everything. He sees everything in the Nine Realms. Or
Right.
whatever. And, but, you know, Captain America was looking for Bucky forever and Thor couldn't help him out. But, you know, that's a different story.
Yeah. So let's... If you're going to take one thing off of this and not make fun of too much being sponsored by Kraken this week, this is me saying this, and I think this every day. Why can't we just take the color blinders off and just look at each other as freaking human beings? Why can't we do that? It makes me really upset that we can't do that. And I get it. It's a different culture with Kubo, so it'd be really cool to have Asian American people or just Asian, whatever, Chinese people playing these roles, but instead we have to accuse and point fingers of whitewashing. Why can't we just enjoy a good movie? I don't know. Am I out of line saying that? I don't know.
Unless it's being culturally offensive, almost like.
No, it's not.
I'll go back to say Mickey Rourke in Breakfast at Tiffany's.
That's offensive.
That was offensive, and
Yeah.
that could have been rewritten for Mickey Rourke to be a white landlord instead of an Asian one, or got an Asian person.
Was that Mickey Rourke?
Yeah.
That like
No, not
standing
Mickey
up-
Rourke. Mickey Rooney.
Mickey Rooney. I'm like, that's not Mickey
I'm sorry,
Rourke at
Mickey
all.
Rooney.
Like, that's crazy to think that's Mickey Rourke.
The Kraken talking. As Mickey Rooney, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sure someone's already mad and commented that I'm an idiot, but
Yeah. It's okay.
Mickey
Rooney was racist as hell, dude. Like, that's not even that's like they're being racist.
that the role wasn't even written to be a racist role, but he was like, "Well, I'm gonna be racist."
Yeah,
instead.
racist. That racist time now. Making some money being racist.
But I digress. But I agree with you wholly. I think that like I said, we shouldn't be dividing ourselves amongst race lines.
No, but we still do, and it's like, and any time like this movie Kubo, which I don't mean to bring. I don't know why this even got to this point where us talking about it. I guess it does need addressed though. I'm okay with Kraken being the one to help us address this. Kubo is a fantastic movie, and I hate that's the negative thing that people are saying about it. If you want to give it negative reviews, give it something that makes sense, which that's the reason you're not is because you can't, because it's a great movie. It's 5 out of 5, as we've said on Nerd Buffet, and what we say on Nerd Buffet is truth. 5 out of 5 is what it gets. Gospel, yes. So leave it alone. You want to go pointing your finger, calling people racist. Figure out the meaning of the word first. Let's get off of this topic because I'm going to just get mad and I'm going to keep talking and I'm going to keep ranting and cracking.
Keep drinking and getting mad.
Yeah.
Well, that's our list.
That's our whole list.
That's
it?
the list. Top 10 movies with 2 honorable mentions and 2 piece of shit. Well, I think that's going to close it out for this week. I think that's all we have time for.
Yeah, we've got a lot of things to talk about next week. We're going to have a lot of fun. What the hell's that?
This is my steampunk cowboy hat.
Oh, Magic Cowboy Tom Benson.
Yeah, Magic steampunk cowboy Tom Benson.
That's cool.
Yeehaw.
So, I guess that means we're going to be doing that for Nerd Buffet next week, huh?
Yeah, sometime next week we'll have a video out. We're gonna do some on location filming and interviews with people at the Big River Steampunk Festival in Hannibal, Missouri.
3rd annual.
Yep.
So we'll have a vodcast for next week with some interviews.
Vodcast.
Vodcast. Video podcast.
Video podcast.
Well,
Vodcast.
because
I've never heard that
podcasts,
term.
usually people are wanting to like just hear what we're talking about
like a
because
vlog.
it's just our fat asses in front of the camera.
Yeah, they don't wanna see
like
us.
minimize it and listen to it.
Yeah, they don't want to see us at all.
Right, but like for this one, you'll actually want to see us because we'll be with other human beings who aren't as gross as us. Probably actually are more gross than us, honestly. At this point.
Don't say that.
So they'll not watch it. So we'll be there. Are you still going to be doing the teacup battle royale?
Yeah, racing.
Oh, it's a race. I was thinking it's like not
Crash 'em
Beast
up
Wars,
derby?
but Robot Wars.
No, there's just a straight up drag race and there's like an obstacle course race and
Burlesque show.
thank God. They
I'll
probably won't let us bring cameras in there, but we'll try. God damn it.
We'll be we'll be steampunk like woo woo have like dollar bills. That's terrible.
Chunks of like gold, actually. I
Oh
think.
shit,
Tink,
we can't
tink,
afford
tink.
that.
We'll go get some candy golds.
Tom, you're gonna go on a hot air balloon, right?
I am. That's
I will say right now, if given the choice of a hot air balloon And the other option, I would rather staple my balls to the floor than ride a hot air balloon because my body type was not built to fly.
You don't like heights.
I do not like heights.
It's not really flying, it's floating. Kind of.
Yeah, but in a freaking wicker basket. That's not for me. That stuff can't hold me. It'll break. I fall right through and just splat onto the ground.
It'll be fine.
We're also going to check out the caves.
That's not part of the steampunk thing.
No, it's not.
We're in Hannibal, so we'll check out the caves.
See all the Tom.
Maybe we'll see a riverboat. Maybe go gambling.
Oh, is there gambling to be had?
Yeah, it's riverboats.
Thank Christ. I'm going to go either lose or win all the money. It'll be a lot of fun. Of course, watching our Facebook page, and I think linked on our Twitter as well. We'll try to do as many. I'll try to do on mine, actually on the Nerd Buffet page, as many like live streams from the Facebook page as I can. Maybe I'll get Tom like flying up in the thing and hopefully not him dying. Hopefully not him dying, because that would just be very, very sad.
But stay tuned. I may die. That'd
be cool. We should let's market it like that.
We'd get more hits.
Live death soon to be had on Nerd Buffet. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited. I actually don't have to work. We're recording this on a Thursday night, which is really weird for Nerd Buffet. I don't have to work again until next Wednesday, so I'm just like so amped for this weekend. This is my vacation for the year, aside from Nerd Fest that we went to before.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this is going to be really cool. I hope you guys tune into it because it's going to be a lot of fun. I've been Jake.
And I'm Tommy. Tired of holding it.
Well.
Well, that's a wrap this week.
That's the whole show? That's it?
That's the whole show.
I feel cheated. That was it?
Yeah, you know where you could go see more?
Where?
You go to YouTube and subscribe. You can watch all of them.
Oh, there's more to watch already?
Lots more.
Like now. But haven't they... Don't they have to make more, or is it already done?
We have more to watch.
Oh. How? Because we're not doing more right now.
More in the past.
In the past? What?